Set now, racing. Patchy start, ultimate outcome slow into stride. So too, Tapple Doodle Doo. Zoe's Promise, the first one out from Sacred Mission. Arts Object and Ivanov not far away. Now the Vows is pressing forward on their outside, but he'll be pretty wide of that first bend with Chasenardi the centre. 2 lengths away next, Madame Odette. She settles down midfield, one off. On the inside is Noah and Adele, a length and a half to Old Song in Coda. Then 80 Grand, Tapple Doodle Doo, and Ultimate Outcome is last. And Tyresa was scratched to the barrier. 1,200 metres left to run. Sacred Mission in front. Now the Vows has popped up into second spot now. Zoe's Promise third with a trail. Ivanov fourth, 2 lengths away, Arts Object. On its outside, Chasenardi. Another 2 lengths away, Madame Odette, who's midfield. And then followed by Noah and Adele, Old Song in Coda. 80 Grand, Tapple Doodle Doo, Ultimate Outcome last, 12 lengths off the leader. Off the back, 850 metres left to run. Sacred Mission controlling things. 3/4 clear from the Vows in second. Zoe's Promise third. Ivanov in fourth spot. Then Arts Object, still no moves from the back. Chasenardi about to be felt for, 2 lengths away. Madame Odette, she's the first one off the bridle. Then Noah and Adele, 80 Grand and Coda a fair way back with Old Song. Then a breakaway, Ultimate Outcome and Tapple Doodle Doo. Races on now. The Vows really putting it to Sacred Mission. Topping the lane, 350 to go. The Vows just in front now. Zoe's Promise trying to squeeze in between runners. The run's not quite there yet. Arts Object's running on. Here's in Coda. No run, Zoe's Promise. Arts Object in front. In Coda about a half length away. Trying ever so hard. Arts Object's in front. It's a boil over in the wave. Arts Object. Arts Object beats in Coda. 80 Grand got up for third. And fourth in was Noah and Adele. Zoe's Promise, no luck next in. Then followed Ultimate Outcome. Tapple Doodle Doo. The Vows didn't finish the race off. Madame Odette, Sacred Mission, Old Song. And towards the tail end, Chasenardi and Ivanov.
Well, Arts Object has got up at a big price, ridden by Ange Jones, beating the only 3-year-old in the field in Coda. And a third will go to Ain't He Grand. So Arts Objects put into a beautiful trailing position. There was a lot of cheering going on there, Bernie, and you could see she dropped the bit beautifully. She was right behind Zoe's Promise, who was going really keenly, and she's been able to conserve all the energy in the world.
Just a fantastic ride by Ange Jones, 5th defence, following the hot favourite, presented at the right time. I'm just standing down from the trainer interview here because Paul Joyce, who, by the way, was silent during the race, absolutely silent. Kurt Goldman going absolutely berserk right beside him. So I thought I'd let Paul chat to Kurt here.
Yeah, thanks for that, Bernie. I'll just grab him. Kurt Goldman. Not a bad effort with a mare that even during the week at the end of last week, we weren't sure if we'd press on, and you said we're definitely going. I think we're a chance.
Yeah, look, the trainer was always confident. The owner wasn't. But no, look, you know yourself, Paul, you own a share in this horse, and it was a 6-month plan. It was a long way out. Brought her up here for the Winter Carnival, and this is what we wanted. You know, was the wave. It was a set weights 4-year-old race, and you know, it was just a logical race to target with a mare like this. And you know, things didn't always go to plan through the prep. We had a couple of sort of bad barriers, and she just wasn't racing the way we wanted her to. And we put the visors on for this run here, and we saved them. We had to save them for today's race, and I think it paid the difference.
Halfway through the race, you couldn't help but get excited. She was just in the right spot. She was travelling, and Andrea were an absolute treat.
She did. Ange been wonderful on this mare. She, her records are fantastic, but just she's a little bit quirky, the barriers, and she just does a few things wrong. And yeah, Ange just seems to be able to get her to jump and travel so well, and huge thrill, and very proud.
You've been training for a while now, but you're still a young trainer in general. Is that one of the biggest wins you've had?
Oh, look, I mean, it's just very pleasing, Like, I've obviously been very lucky. I've had some very good horses along the way over the years. But to own a share in this horse and to win a big race, it's probably what makes it more special.
We'll go and enjoy it. Here she comes now.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, there you go, Bernie. A very excited Kurt Goldman. Only a recent addition to the Gold Coast, and he's making the most of it.
Paul, I'm very interested watching you watch your own horse, and you were silent.
Yeah, I was. It was one of those things. I didn't tip her, so then I'm thinking, well, I'm that bad a judge that she's going to win and win like she did, and she did. And the horse I did tip, she beat Encoda. So it was one of those moments where it's a bit surreal, and I mean, I couldn't be happier that she won, but I just didn't think she could.
You've won $345,000.
Yeah, well, I haven't won 345. The ownership group has.
How many are in the ownership group?
Well, there's a lot, but we're a syndicate. But I mean, it's just been so much fun, and that's the biggest win she's had for sure.
Absolutely. Ange Jones. She's weighing
I'll
in.
grab her. I'll speak to Ange. I'll grab Ange, yep.
She might ask you what the sling's going to be there, maybe, Paul?
I don't know about that, but I'll tell you what, I can't give you a hug because you've still got to weigh in, or you just have. But Ange, that was an absolute peach of a ride. Well done.
No, thank you, and thanks for keeping me on. I know you're probably Kurt's favourite owner. You give him a lot of advice, but no, he's done a super job, Kurt, with this horse. He's just been thereabouts, but not really knuckling down to, as you know, his last few runs. But we just knew he had to change something up, and he sort of took the risk of putting the visors on, and we just weren't sure if we was going to overdo it, but in the end it was perfect. She just jumped out, we got the sweetest run, and she just put her head down and went to sleep, but she was travelling like nothing was going to beat her.
Well, the beauty of having you ride at the next couple of starts is we've just been trying to iron out what's the best way to ride, and we knew we just had to find a horse to follow, and after you'd gone a couple of 100 metres, you could not have got in a better spot.
No, that's right, and good gates give you nice runs, and that was just the key to it. We just had everything go our way. We got a genuine tempo up front, and I was able to just peel out before the rest of the field had sort of made their runs, and I thought it was a touch early, but I just had to go for it. She was travelling way better than she has in her previous run, so she just filled me with confidence.
I'm glad you went for it when you did, because Encoda was breathing down your neck and she managed to hold him off. So sensational win for everyone, all involved, and I can't thank you enough.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, well done, Edge.
From an owner to his jockey, Maxine.
Yes, celebrations tonight.
Paul, shout. This is fabulous.
I'm supposed to do the Sunshine Coast tomorrow. We might have to have another look at that.
Yes.
Could be a scratching.
Don't know how you're going to be in the morning.
Such a thrill. Doesn't matter how little you own, Paul, to win any race, even just an ordinary maiden, but to win a race worth $345,000 is such a thrill.
Yeah, you're right. Any race is special as an owner, and I think when you're that close to the horses and the trainers and you're trying to work things out and you're trying different things and you just know one day it's going to work out, but you're not sure it's today, and then today was that day, and it's just an amazing feeling, and watching the race is amazing.
Yeah, watching you was amazing. It was hilarious. You were in shock. But I think, the fact that she was able to get that pair or two further back today really got this mare in her comfort zone.
That's it. She tries hard. She never knows when she's beaten, but she does sometimes just switch off when she hits the front. So you didn't want to get there too early, and Ange didn't want to get there too early, but in the end she got there when she needed to, and she went on with the job.
And Coda was terrific, the baby of the field, Bernie. There was some jockeying turning into the straight. You could see the Vals had nothing of letting Zoe's Promise out. And the Vals was laying it all over her first 100 metres of the home straight, so bit of a forget run there, but she was the one arts object. I've been watching during the running of the race, Paul, and I know she was at $50, but she just seemed to travel beautifully.
Did you back her today, Paul?
I didn't back her, honestly. I didn't back her. I backed
Stop rubbing it in, Bernie.
I backed Encoda, but it's the best loser I've ever backed, I think.
Absolutely. You didn't need to back her. All right. 12 beats 14 and 5. That's it for the Wave. We've got 2 races to come. Of course, the Rising Stars for both sexes. But for now, we're off to a break.
Big full breast on my baby. Triple weight, couldn't weigh the love I got for the girl.